SGBV for short, is a pervasive issue in Nigeria, affecting individuals of all ages and backgrounds. It encompasses various forms of harm, including harassment, rape, domestic abuse, and detrimental cultural practices like child marriage. Now, SGBV sometimes overlaps with child abuse, exacerbating its impact on physical and mental well-being. The gravity of SGBV in Nigeria is evident in the alarming statistics. Now, Lagos State alone reported just over 24,000 cases of gender-based violence between January 2019 and December 2023, spanning all 20 local government areas. Now, this surge in SGBV cases underscores the need for concerted efforts to address the issue. The phone line is open. It is 0700 1021 1021. You can send WhatsApp messages to 0907 24224 5018. We are live on YouTube, High Impact 102.1 FM, and on X at High Impact 102.1 FM. You can also watch us live on High Impact TV, on Facebook at High Impact Studios, and High Impact TV on Nicom South 42 degree East. We'll be right back after this short break.
Foment, foment, foment.
Something big is in town, something powerful and majestic. A mammoth creation destined to become a legend by all who encounter it. High Impact Planet, Nigeria's biggest family theme park, with facilities designed for friends, families, or large groups under a relaxing atmosphere. Be welcomed by wowing displays of animatronics, thrill out with realistic arcade games, or enjoy a number of thrilling heart-racing park rides. Experience the 5D and 12D cinemas and challenge your mates with bumper cars and go-kart races. Don't forget to slide into the ice rink or simply take time out to enjoy a pizza at our delightful restaurant and dessert spot, or at the exquisite club lounge. High Impact Planet, 12 Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Ibafo, opposite MFM Prayer City. Visit high-impactplanet.com for details and inquiries. Fun just got real.
Welcome to the high side of life. Join us every day at High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
I just want to to be high.
Get ready to dive into the heart of action. Welcome to Sport Hub, where passion meets unparalleled excitement.
Mainu, oh, what a goal! The MMA champion!
Get set for the adrenaline rush of a lifetime as we bring to you the hottest highlight, the biggest stories, interviews, and the most thrilling moment from the world of sport. No matter what your favorite sport is, we've got you covered. From football to basketball, tennis, boxing, Formula One, and everything in between, we bring you the best from around the globe. Join us every Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon, Wednesday and Friday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on High Impact Television on Nicontat 42 degree East. Sports Hub, the heart of action.
High Impact Radio 102.1 FM. The future is now.
Do you know bad production can kill a great content idea?
Do you want to have a photo shoot, audio production, or do you need a professional voiceover artist?
Do you simply want unmatched cinematography, video production, or just event coverage, such as weddings, birthdays, or burials?
Or do you need a space for meetings or conferences? All these are possible with High Impact Studios. Don't bring down your creativity, let's help you take it high.
And out of this world with our state-of-the-art equipment and first-class studio space.
We give you the quality you deserve at the best rate.
For more details, call 0706 393 5694 or 0915 958 1881. High Impact Studios, the future.
Wake up! Get ready to start your day off right with the most exciting breakfast show.
Join us every weekday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. for the best mix of news updates, weather forecasts, trending stories, and fun.
Oh yeah!
Our dynamic hosts, Sarah Owusu Ansa, Olumide Shokoya, and Vivian Oguche will keep you entertained and informed with the latest updates, trending topics, and hilarious banter.
Play exciting games, win amazing prizes, and enjoy special guest interviews. So set your alarm clocks and tune into High Impact TV for the ultimate breakfast show experience.
Don't miss out on the fun. The Breakfast Cafe, starting your day off right.
Tease your taste buds from a world of delectable choices. High Impact Planet. Fun just got real.
foment, foment, foment.
Something big is in town. Something powerful and majestic. A mammoth creation destined to become a legend by all who encounter it. High Impact Planet, Nigeria's biggest family theme park with facilities designed for friends, families, or large groups under a relaxing atmosphere. Be welcomed by wowing displays of animatronics, thrill out with realistic arcade games, or enjoy a number of thrilling heart-racing park rides. Experience the 5D and 12D cinemas and challenge your mates with bumper cars and go-kart races. Don't forget to slide into the ice rink or simply take time out to enjoy a pizza at our delightful restaurant and dessert spot or at the exquisite club lounge. High Impact Planet, 12 Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Ibafo, opposite MFM Prayer City. Visit high-impactplanet.com for details and inquiries. Fun just got real.
Welcome to the high side of life. Join us every day at High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
I just want to be here.
Get ready to dive into the heart of action. Welcome to Sport Hub, where passion meets unparalleled excitement.
Mainu, oh, what a goal! The MMA champion!
Get set for the adrenaline rush of a lifetime as we bring to you the hottest highlight, the biggest stories, interviews, and the most thrilling moment from the world of sport. No matter what your favorite sport is, we've got you covered. From football to basketball, tennis, boxing, Formula One, and everything in between, we bring you the best from around the globe. Join us every Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon, Wednesday and Friday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on High Impact Television on Nikontat 42 degree East. Sport Hub, the heart of action.
So welcome back from that long break. The show is on record where every word matters is happening right here in High Impact 102.1 FM. My name is Vivian Oguche, and joining me right now is none other than Amanda Dimechi Asagba. Yes, I got it. She is the president of African Women Lawyers Association and the founder and president of Legal Pool for Justice and Equity Initiative. She's also the principal partner of Amanda D. Asagba Chambers. That's quite a weighty profile. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, viewers.
Your first time here?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
All right, so it's quite a weighty topic we're talking about, yeah? Sexual and domestic gender-based violence. For starters, why is it called gender-based violence?
Gender-based because it's more of the gender, that's the female gender. Okay. No, yeah.
I wanted to get that.
Yeah, female gender.
All right. So how does sexual and gender-based violence impact survivors' physical and mental health? That's a B part to that question, but let me have you answer this first.
That's what affects their physical and mental health.
I know you are a legal practitioner, but you might have handled cases like this.
Of course.
Yeah. So from your experience, explain to us what. So, let's generalize it. What has been your experience when it comes to sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria?
The experience is a very bad one, I must say. And of course, in this part of the world, the data that we have here in Nigeria especially is not accurate. I say it's not accurate because most of the time people don't even have access to reports. Yeah. The very poor woman in the village and that very poor child that's been violated, where does she know to go to? Do you understand? And then apart from that, the patriarchal society we have, I mean, you know what it is.
I think you're a mind reader because I was just going to ask about the cultural customs and all of that.
It's a no-go area. You don't talk about it. You dare not. Dare not accuse
the stigma.
So when we talk about reporting back here in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, most of the African countries, and even in the civilized countries, I mean, the so-called, a lot of them too, because of the stigma, every woman wants to be able to hold her shoulder high, head up, to say, those days I'm a virgin, even though they are not. And then of course, all this, then coupled with what people will say, it must not be heard, that I was violated or I was raped or whatever. So,
because God forbid it, people here, you might not find a husband, right?
Of course,
that's one of the things.
No husband, and then of course, apart from that, even to get a job, it's also a problem.
It's that bad,
The society now tags that child or that woman as wayward. Yeah. So nobody sees it from, let me not say the word nobody, but majority of the African people don't see it that it is a man that should be blamed.
So the mentality now is the victim is the one who is even blamed.
Yeah, it's that bad. 60% of victims are blamed all over the world.
This is a fact.
It's a fact.
And this is one of the reasons why they wouldn't even report the case in the first place.
And then even when you report, now let me give you a scenario that very bad one, I must say. A father who defied had 3 daughters.
His 3 daughters?
His 3 daughters. He had 5 daughters. And then he defied 3.
This is real?
Real life. He's just been sentenced. Okay? And then the daughters reported. And the father is taken off the house, of course, in detention. And then the justice system, of course, our peculiarities, I must say. It took a while, almost 2018 to 2023. How many years was that?
Are you kidding?
6 years, yeah.
Oh, no.
And then eventually, you now ask me, what happened to those daughters of his? And what happened to the other siblings of those daughters of his? Nothing. The government took charge for a period of time, put them in a home, that's a shelter, and then the 2 boys were put in a foster home. Imagine that, from the home environment where they were used to some kind of strange land.
That's traumatic.
And after the 1 year, because government can only put you there for a period of 6 months, they renew another 6 months, and that's it.
So what happens?
After that, what happens? They are there at the mercy of the whole world.
No, but is there a form of empowerment?
Well, that's the area where we came in. Also, PBO Foundation, tremendous. They were the brain behind the little help. Let me not say little help, because they great help that they had, because they made sure that the children went to school and they were able to get people donating to ensure that they're maintained and So, not tell me, but for PBO Foundation and African Maryland Association, because we took care of the legal aspects, we ensured that the matter was prosecuted, and we also assisted with the mental health issues, making sure that they went for counseling and all that, and also assisted I mean, with school fees also in a way, and then
which is why I asked you for starters that how does this affect their mental health now that you have first-hand experience?
Now,
were they traumatized?
You know what they call PSD? I mean,
PTSD,
post-traumatic stress syndrome, and then at the stage they were suicidal.
Oh my gosh, they were?
Yeah. You know, and then, of course, the stigma and everything. I mean, even the ones, many years after now, they are all adults now, okay? One got married on time because she needed help. And then, of course, after 1 year, the man threw her out.
Oh my
gosh,
of
the stigma.
Let's push this a little bit. She got married not for love, but because she needed help.
She needed help.
Oh Lord, that's not good.
So and then she was thrown out after a year, and now she's back. And then
she's back to the same husband?
No, back home to her father's house. The father had a house that he built, so of course they have shelter now that the adults can stay there, you know. So you now ask, what part has the government played in this? People will say government can't do everything. The government has structures, no doubt. But are these structures, are they really impacting the victims?
That's $1 million question, you know, which is why...
So implementation has always been a problem. And then funding. You know, it's good to say you have a structure, you have this, you have that. Okay, are you funding those structures to do what they're supposed to do for the people? And if you are funding, are they reporting what they have done here and there? And then for the courts, when these victims, of course, they get judgment, the man is thrown in jail. So what's for the children or for the victims? You know? So, and then is it for us to now go back and file for compensation and start a new process that will take another 5 to 10 years? So most of the time, we just rather do what we can do to help them. But how much can we do?
How much can you do?
How long can we do?
Which is why I want to talk a little bit about these shelters that handle victims of sexual and domestic, gender-based violence.
Yes.
I know of Betty Abba, who runs a shelter like that. She's been on this show twice, you know, and we've talked about this particular topic. Yeah. These shelters are not enough.
They're not. They're not. They can't even take 10% of victims. That's how bad it is.
So do you think government should think about, creating more of these shelters?
Yes, creating more and also empowering. Now, the system is such that it's like everything, there's frustration every now and then. If it's like, Ola would have loved to have a shelter, okay? Because when we see these victims, most of the time, they report to us, okay? When they come in with these cases, the next thing we do is do referrals for shelter and all that. And sometimes when we refer for shelter, they don't get shelter. So most of the time, they're left in that same home where they were abused. And then so that's one project, Ola, a big project that we have in the pipeline. But, of course, the money is not there. So we're still looking out for funding and all that.
So Lagos State has a department that handles cases like this.
Do you
have experiences, with them?
Yes, they're doing a great job. Okay. Honestly, my experience with them has been wonderful, such that there is no referral I send to them that they don't handle. They do. But the only problem I would also say at the end of the day is we don't have enough shelters. So sometimes they don't even have where to put this victim. So it's also a problem. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about sentencing, Earlier on, you said you cited a scenario, and you said the father of these victims, who had molested 3 of his daughters, has been sentenced.
Yeah, life imprisonment.
Good. Yes. I was going to ask what the sentence was.
That's what the law is, life imprisonment.
Do you think it's commensurate to the crime? Or would you ask for capital punishment?
Capital punishment. No.
Your expression alone.
Yeah, okay. Let's take it from being on the field, working with these victims and then the perpetrators, so to say. Now, a man commits an offense. This is the first time he's been charged for such an offense.
First offender.
First offender. We don't have the first offender law in Nigeria. So once you're arrested and you are convicted, it's life imprisonment. So No room for them to even say, okay. Like this particular guy, he was remorseful and pleaded for mercy, and the children had forgiven him, and they wanted their father back.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I kept writing to the states to see if they can, before the sentence and before he was sentenced, but somehow the state did not.
Let's push this a little bit. There's room for forgiveness, right?
Yeah, there's room.
And then there's room for rehabilitation.
Yes.
So these offenders, there's a possibility that, should I use the word repent, or they're corrected? The prisons are supposed to be correctional centers.
That's why their names are not correctional centers. They're not called prisons.
Yeah, the correctional centers. So is it possible for these perpetrators, the producer called them predators? Is it possible for them to become better people who can be reintegrated into the society?
Of course. Okay, let's take the case of this particular man. It's good to always have a case study. Yeah. And then he became remorseful, and he regretted all of his action. Yeah. And of course, he also mentioned that it was a church that he was going to that pushed him into it, that they said if he can be doing that, he will be fine mentally. And then, so...
No, that's bizarre.
It's bizarre, really. Yeah. So now he has realized himself. Now he has seen himself suffer so much, because he's been in custody ever since he was arrested, since 2017 or thereabout. He was arrested. He was only convicted last year. So he's been in custody since then, before the conviction. So now he's remorseful. And then these children don't even have a mother. The mother died. It was actually the death of their mother that affected his psyche. So he was just, and she died during childbirth, having the last baby. So now, taking the man away, dump in prison, I use the word dump in prison. Now, what happens to those children? That is a question. The foster home, we have the foster home law in Nigeria, but
how efficient?
The structure, are they implementing this? Because ordinarily, such children, they should have been assigned to a foster home, foster parenting, that will stay with them and take care of them. The government will pay the foster parents, and then making sure that those children are well taken care of, feeding and everything, and guidance and everything. But we don't, they've not really worked on that. The law is there. It's there, but...
there are some of these laws that have outlived their... How will I say?
Usefulness.
Yeah, usefulness. Yeah. Let's talk, for example, say prosecuting a predator, or maybe I should use someone who molests a female, since this is a gender-based violence we're talking about. Now, the weight of evidence falls on the woman, the victim, right? She has to produce evidence, for example, in a rape case.
Okay.
She has to produce evidence that she's been raped. Am I right?
Well, the evidence is not as if it's not possible to produce.
That's the thing, but is that part of the law that you have to...
Yeah, the evidence must be corroborated. If you as a child comes to say, or you as a woman, you've been raped, and you come to say you've been raped, okay? What would be because if there's no corroboration, it means that any young girl can just claim that any man.
So I need you to come down to the level of the woman on the street, or the woman in the market, the man on the street. When you're talking about corroboration, you're talking about evidence.
Evidence. And what's evidence?
Let's use that. Like, what
is the evidence? The evidence is that, okay, you were raped. I went to the doctor. Doctor saw me and then carried out some test on me,
and there was a residue of semen.
Exactly.
Gosh, how do you even do that?
Of course, when they go to the hospital, they actually do that. They carry out the test on them, and then all that. And then of course, when they test a woman, they can tell that this one has just been penetrated. So for the little girl, once the hymen is not intact, it means that child has been penetrated. So that's corroboration in a way. Okay. And then circumstantial evidence also. If, let's take it that woman couldn't go to the hospital immediately. But when it happened, she ran out of the house where she was raped, and maybe one or two people saw her and came to her rescue. Okay, what happened to you? They saw her state. They saw that she was bleeding, and they could testify. That's corroboration.
That's if they will testify.
Yes, that's if they will testify. Truly. Because now we have this problem in Nigeria that the witnesses are being threatened.
Yes.
Even the victim's family and the victim are being threatened.
Yeah, because there's no witness protection anymore, yeah?
Exactly. So, but we have the witness protection law. But then, we have all
it's
these
not
laws.
functional.
Our laws, we have great laws in Nigeria. I keep telling people we have great laws. The only problem we have is who are the implementators of these laws? Who are the ones in charge of implementing these laws?
Yeah.
Are they passionate about this area we're talking about?
So
just imagine somebody like me to implement such a law. Of course, I'll give it my all in all because this is what area I'm passionate about. But when you people can't be bothered, I'm just there for the salary, whatever. Anybody comes, and then of course it just goes. But I'm not saying it has to be me, but I'm just saying get people who are in those fields. Get people who you have seen. I mean that what's called now. They have a history of working on this field, and they have been consistent over a period of time. And everybody can testify to their passion for this work that they are doing. Even when they are not being paid, they are doing.
So you're saying...
So now they are going to be paid. You think they will not do the job? So, but you see, Nigerian the syndrome, you just appoint because this person is my brother or that person is my sister, that person is my political party and all that.
In a nutshell, you're saying put round pegs in round holes.
That's it.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So there's something you said earlier on, which I've heard other activists talk about, the families of victims being threatened and victims themselves being threatened.
Real life.
Real life by police officers who are in connivance with the so-called rich family who might be in the wrong. How do you handle a case like that? What should the victim or the victim's family do?
Well, most of the time when they report to us, what we do is we write to the commissioner of police, and then of course the matter is taken up from that particular unit and taken to some other. So most of the time they take it away from the police station and take the gender unit. And if at the gender unit you feel they're not doing the right thing, of course you also, petition them, and then of course maybe whoever the officer is changed and a new person is put there, or a particular officer who they know has passion will be put at that time to, handle such a case. But then, how many victims have access to OLA or these NGOs who are really, really on the field working? How many of those victims? How many can reach, or how many can reach us? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like we spoke about poverty. Somebody who lives in Egbeda and who has been defied and needs immediate help, and then goes to the police and police say, "Get out, you stupid girl. Why? What are you doing that? Why were you doing that? They had to rape you. Are you the only child on the street? You must be a bad girl. Look at how you are looking." Gosh. These are the experiences that victims go through. Okay, and then even when they go with their parents, okay, there is no paper, no witness for you to write your statements. So
no,
if
wait,
you can afford,
that there is no paper for the victim to write the statement.
These are real life stories.
This is
difficult. Happening every day.
It's difficult for me to even listen.
No, but that is what we're going through. So, like I keep saying, if anybody who cares to listen, especially the government, I keep saying, if they want sanity in our country, if they want the system to work, empower the police.
Is it just
empower the judiciary?
Explain empowerment.
This is the only way we can have sanity in our nation.
Because we are wrapping up in a short while. Because I want us to get down to the nitty-gritty of this particular matter. So if the police will behave this way, how do you empower them? Is it just material empowerment or psychological empowerment? Well, do you train them?
You train them. Of course, they are trained from time to time, but the police authority itself, how much of the training are they giving to their officers?
That's a good question.
Okay. Yeah. And then look at the police on the streets. Under the rain, under the sun, under everything, they're just there. They're not equipped. Okay. Look, they don't even have vehicles to move. Even when the vehicles are there, who fuels? They don't even fuel for them. Okay. They don't even have stationaries to work with. So I've had experience with police. I know that the police are underfunded. Okay. So you really want the system to work. And then that's the agency or the force that is in charge of getting things to work. You put them on the streets to be beggars.
Let's explain this.
Well, how do you expect them to work?
So the fact that a hungry man is a law enforcer, he's hungry.
Yes.
He's not passionate about his job. He's just thinking about his stomach.
Yes.
Right? So you're saying empower these people, let them be comfortable so that they can begin to do their jobs
That's
very
what
well.
Happens in every civilized crime. the police, as when you see a police officer, you want to be a police officer because they look good. You see their vehicles, they live in the best of homes, their children go to the best of schools because it's been subsidized, there are incentives. Okay, that's why they're ready to die for their nation. Okay, but here we are. Do you know that even when a police officer dies, the next minute the family is thrown out of the barracks? And then for them to even get their benefits, I understand that some of them, their wives and daughters are being raped. These are real life stories. So how do you expect an officer to really put in his best to serve this nation? Okay, then we come to judiciary. Don't you have judicial officers? Don't you have staffs of judiciary? How are they being paid? Are they being paid properly?
Yeah.
No. So if your minimum wage is 70,000 in Nigeria of today, and then that cannot even take you to work for even 1 week, and then somebody comes to you and says, just do it like this, I'll give you money, you will not take, go and die.
No, yeah, but
who cares?
No,
we
care. The victim cares. So where is the moral standard here?
Sorry, let me tell you about morals. Morals, you can only talk about morals. Let me tell you something you have to understand. It's very plain that an hungry man is an angry man. He's vulnerable. The poor people are also very vulnerable. So if you are not sure of the next meal, even as an officer working, and somebody comes to dangle apple before you,
you'll be tempted.
You'll be tempted.
It's a serious
temptation. So morals in the face of death. Okay.
Yeah, but just
how many have it? So I'm a realist. I don't believe in whitewashing anything.
Yeah, but but the thing is, in a nation where things are tough, do you say because you're not well fed, you allow people to go to hell on a daily basis? Nobody forced you to become a police officer.
No, but see, when people,
you are a law enforcer.
You are a law enforcer.
You should do your job. We are wrapping this up now.
Let me tell you.
So this is an issue that has so many faces. Yeah. Economic, environmental, moral, societal, customary, religious. Yeah. So you have just 1 minute to give us your final take on this particular matter. What would you like to see happen?
What I would like to say is, in the face of morals, yes, we have morals. Nigerians have morals. But when you are hungry and dying, can you weigh it at that time, at that point in time when you are so desperate to survive? So all I'm saying is government should be much more sincere with the people of Nigeria. If your primary duty is to protect, protect the lives and properties of your people, then you should know that the first thing you must put into consideration is the police force and the judiciary. Because where there is justice, there is prosperity. When there is justice in the land, everything will fall in place. If you know, as a person, that once you commit an offense, you are going in for it, there is no father, my father is a billionaire, you are going in, then of course the system will work.
So as we wrap this up now, also you talked about empowerment for the victims.
Yeah.
That cannot be overemphasized.
Empowerment for the victims is, I see it as number one priority. Because if I'm a victim, I've reported, and I'm out of my father's house, and of course my father is no longer going to pay my school fees, who's going to pay my school fees? $1,000,000 question.
Who's
going to feed me?
I wish we had more time.
Who's going to clothe me?
Right.
Where do I go from here?
These are very good questions.
So of course.
Yeah.
Having seen these things happen on the field, I tell you, I'm even reluctant to tell people to report now.
Oh no, but they should report.
They should report, but I'm reluctant because this particular case I'm telling you about, those kids, if I have my way, I really don't know what to say. I shouldn't be saying. But you see, I feel sorry and I feel helpless that these kids are going through what they are going through right now.
But I'm also hoping you don't feel hopeless, let's hope for a better society.
At times you feel hopeless when you see that when you wait.
Let's believe it's going to get better. But I think this is a very safe place for us to land. You have been fantastic on the show, and we do hope that when we call on you again, you say yes.
Anytime, any day. This is my field too.
Fantastic.
I'm interested in creating awareness. We have to sensitize people to know where to go though. And then for the audience, please, if you need help, if you've been violated or your child has been violated or your neighbor has been violated, please call us. Call the police and also call us so we can follow up.
Fantastic.
Okay. Allah will take care of these cases pro bono.
Safe place to land. Thank you so much.
So you can call us on 0903.
Okay, can you hold on a little bit? Just hold on a little bit. We will do that later on.
Okay.
But we appreciate you for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we have been talking about how to tackle sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. And my guest has been Amanda Dimechi Asagba. She is the president of African Women Lawyers Association. That's the OLA she's been talking about. Yeah. She's the founder and president of Legal Pool for Justice and Equity Initiative. And she's also the principal partner of Amanda D. Asagba Chambers. I have been Vivian Oguche. Until I see you again, bye.